Good morning. First of all, on behalf of the Coordinating Ministry of Economic Affairs, I would like to thank Mr. K.L. Yep, Chairman Singapore Bullion Market Association, Mr. David Tate, Global CEO World Gold Council, Ms. Shakila Mirza, Executive Board Director and General Counsel, London Bullion Market Association, Mr. Nicholas Prevoy, General Manager EDC Bullion. Wish you are staying safe and healthy. It is a pleasure for me to deliver this keynote speech at the 2022 Asia Pacific Precious Metal Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, the global economic recovery from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic is still ongoing. At the same time, rising geopolitical tension, especially from Russia and Ukraine conflict, have also accelerated the recovery process. Based on the IMF report in April 2022, this condition caused the projection global economic growth in 2022 to be corrected to 3.6% year-on-year, a decrease of minus 0.8% compared to the January 2022 report, which was 4.4% year-on-year. Amid this dynamic of global condition, Indonesia economic recovery has still accelerated, which can be seen from the achievement of economic growth in 2021, which was 3.7% year-on-year. Increases from the previous year growth of minus 2.1% year-on-year. And this optimism continued in the first quarter of 2022, which achieved 5.0% growth year-on-year. The value of Indonesia real GDP has even returned to pre-pandemic level, indicating that the momentum for economic recovery still continues. In the medium to long term, Indonesia needs to achieve higher economic growth to escape from the middle income trap. One of the strategies is structural reform that will promote sustainable economic growth by encouraging high value-added export commodities and attracting global as well as domestic investment. As global investors' tendency to make gold a safe haven during uncertain time, this is a very good opportunity for Indonesia to optimize the gold potential. Therefore, this is the right moment for Indonesia to establish a bullion bank. It will support the momentum of economic growth and development of the gold industry, optimizing the domestic value added, optimizing export, and developing alternative source of the financing. Particularly, the bullion bank will be the material center for the jewelry industry, so that the business process of gold trading in Indonesia will be more efficient. The support of the jewelry industry will be very beneficial for Indonesia, considering the fact that most of the world gold demand come from the jewelry industry, as much as 2,192.2 ton of worth 132.4 billion US dollar, or 52% of the total. The bullion bank will also optimize Indonesia potential as the one of the largest gold producer in the world. To prepare the setup of a bullion bank, the government conducted various studies and discussions involving relevant institutions and authority. Bank, company that have run the gold business, gold producer, and academic, and the Indonesian Gold Association. The study discussed various issues, including business aspect, regulation, legal basis, and the roadmap for the setup of bullion bank. All those studies become a valuable lesson for Indonesia to start a bullion bank. We would like also to thank international gold institutions such as World Gold Council, Singapore Bullion Market Association, and other institutions which already share their valuable experience with us since 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia focuses on three main concerns to set up a bullion bank. First, tax aspect. In Indonesia, domestic transaction of gold in granule form is changed with 10% value tax (PAT). This causes this gold producer to prepare to export granule and re-import the gold bar. To resolve this issue, the government of Indonesia has issued a regulation that imposes 0% PAT, value-added tax for domestic bullion transaction. With this regulation, Indonesia could export higher value product, lower import, and increases domestic gold transaction. With the establishment of the Indonesian Bullion Bank and the provision of various incentives for domestic gold transaction, the role of domestic bullion bank as a material center to the jewelry industry can be functioned optimally. The second main issue is the institutional form of bullion bank. Based on benchmark from several countries, the transaction from conventional banking business to banking that can serve all transactions, including bullion, require significant changes in various aspects, including institutional and regulatory. Taking this into account and the complexity of the process, Indonesia will establish the bullion bank in gradual manner through a roadmap. According to the study, the roadmap for bullion bank Indonesia should be carried out in 3 phases. In phase 1, piloting the implementation of bullion bank through selected non-bank financial institutions. Then, in phase 2, commercial bank can perform some function of the bullion bank. Then, in phase 3, commercial bank can perform most of the bullion bank function. This gradual process is in line with suggestion of the World Gold Council and the Singapore Bullion Market Association. The government of Indonesia is still doing an in-depth study to make sure that bullion bank will be in line with effort to maintain financial stability and to align with the regulation in Indonesia. The third issue is the legal basis for bullion bank. Currently, the regulation in Indonesia still does not allow banks for doing gold-related financial transaction. To overcome this issue, the Indonesian government preparing an in-depth study on the legal basis following the implementation of the bullion bank as outlined in the roadmap and making sure that bullion bank build business and fit the current regulation. On the other hand, Indonesia also faces various risks and challenges, including the low gold forward linkage. This indicator is in line with per capita gold consumption in Indonesia, which is still low compared to peer. In addition, the readiness of institution, regulation, funding, infrastructure technology, human resources, and good risk management is still big job that must be prepared by the Indonesia government in order to establish bullion bank. To continue this effort, the government of Indonesia committed to finish the institutional form of bullion bank in Indonesia and strengthening the legal basis of bullion bank, doing an in-depth analysis of macro impact, also deeper study for creating the best suit bullion bank ecosystem for Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel deeply honored to be among the distinguished speakers and participants. We are looking forward to continuing our discussion and knowledge sharing to accelerate the establishment of the Bullion Bank in Indonesia. More than that, I hope the knowledge we have gained and the talk we have raised about Bullion Bank during this seminar will be useful in our area of work and future endeavor. Thank you very much.